Welcome back to Brands Hatch. One more race here to go in the setting sun over the Indy circuit. It's the Hyundai Heavy Industries Sidecar Championship in the company of Barry Nutley and Paul Napton. Over to you guys.
Thank you, Matt. Well, in late afternoon sunshine, we get race 2 underway here for the F1 sidecars. It's been a long time coming. It's been an action-packed weekend, as you will all know if you've been sitting by your screens for most of the afternoon. But a full grid here. Andy Peach leads off from pole position. This is the warm-up lap. Birchall's, though, head the championship. They're not here. Lovelock, he'll start alongside Andy Peach. Stevens is going very, very well. Kershaw there as well. Brown, Peach, that's the standings. Half points were awarded because we had a 4-lap dash yesterday. Due to an oil incident, the race was curtailed. Half points were awarded, hence those funny little numbers down the side there. That might well be telling at the end of the season, but it's going to be interesting here. So they all line up. You can see Simon Gilbert had a good run. He starts very strongly. This grid forms up based on the race positions from yesterday. Martin Kirk, Ben Hughes there, new runners up from the BMC Championship, and these are the boys in form at the moment. You can see Ricky Stevens, Ryan Charlwood. That's your grid. Pole position, Peach Richardson, Lovelock Alto, Stevens Charlwood on the B-Wiser Kawasaki, Brown and Christie. That's your top 4. Kershaw and Wilson, they are running consistently well ahead of Simon Gilbert. Ian Guy, Ken Edwards, and Gary Horsepole, Jimmy Connell completing the top 8 pairings. It's going to be fast and frantic. Wonderful slow-mo action there. You can see just how colourful these F1 sidecars are. Watch the red flag. You'll get the lights in the top left of your screen. As soon as everyone's happy, you can see the green and black flag of Andy Peach on pole position. That Kawasaki is quick, but it's not as quick off the line as the BMW of Lovelock. He's got to make the most of it. Composed now, Andy Peach. Did himself a power of good yesterday with the win. Watch the lights. Lights go, and away they go. Andy Peach gets a better start this time. Lovelock, the B-Wiser Kawasaki of Ricky Stevens and Ryan Charlwood slotting into third, but up the inside, Tony Brown and Sam Christie at Paddock Hill Bend, pushing the B-Wiser Kawasaki down to 4th. Kershaw is there. Simon Gilbert is there. Ian Guy is there, but already at Druids, Andy Peach getting a great start. Alongside me, experienced F1 passenger, TT passenger, Paul Napton. The sun's shining. What more could we want? It's all go.
Yeah, Barry, it's been a long day for these boys. They've all been sitting about waiting for this race, but the weather seems to have come good, and I'm sure they've put on a good show for us.
Lovelock through. Roger Lovelock, Aki Alto, his Finnish passenger, through into the lead. Peach then eclipsed Tony Brown, Paymundo.com, Kawasaki, with Sam Christie in the chair, going a little bit wide, leaving the room there for Ricky Stevens and Ryan Charlwood. They're getting strung out, but look at Peach fighting back at Paddock Hill Bend. On the inside, round he goes. That's his favourite overtaking place. This is going to be nip and tuck.
It is, Barry. You know, this Indy circuit at Brands Hatch makes for exciting race and keeps it all nice and close, and it's a fantastic spectacle.
Lapping here, well, the Birchall's lap record, I can tell you, is 48.239. We're not inside that in race time yet, but there's a little way to go. I just want to mention several of these outfits are carrying the Ryan Tolley Leukemia Trust Fund fighter stickers about a young man who lost his life, sadly, to that disease. Sidecar people are like that. They'll club together and help a needy cause. Andy Peach, then. Roger Lovelock, 2009 champion in this series, has got an opportunity here to win that championship back, but I think Ricky Stevens in third place might have other ideas.
I think you're right, Barry. I think he's now got past Tony Brown and Sam Christie. He's on the back of Roger Lovelock now, and I think he's pushing hard. It's going to be close, is this? It's going to be a great race.
4th place, Tony Brown, number 57 on the Paymundo.com Kawasaki. In 5th place, it's Steve Kershaw, Rob Wilson on the Express Tyres of Lockerbie, Blink Body Quarry, Kawasaki. Then it's Simon Gilbert and Carl Morgan. There is the Scottish pairing all the way down every race. They come down from Scotland. It's a long, long haul, but it's a real family team. Look at Stevens, B-Wiser Kawasaki closing now on Lovelock. Peach is away on lap 3 of 12. Always entertaining, the sidecars, and a good crowd staying here to watch it.
Yeah, it's good to see, Barry. You know, the people that are stay to watch this race aren't going to be disappointed, because these boys will put on a great show for them.
Look at Kershaw. Kershaw through on Tony Brown. Tony Brown fighting back, but he's having to give second best. Through goes Stevens on Lovelock, up to second place then. These boys currently in second place in the race, had a brilliant double podium at Donington Park in the opening round. They currently sit third in the championship. The man they've just relegated is in second place in the title on 43. So Stevens will go second in the title if he stays where he is, and even one better if he can get past Andy Peach.
I think you'll find, Barry, now, you know, during... Oh, there's an outfit there.
Tony Brown out of it. Tony Brown and Sam Christie out of the running. Their sponsors are here for a corporate day as well. So that's bad news for Tony Brown. Finished fourth in the short race yesterday, but he's been retired from this one. Mechanical problem. Oh, a spin by Lovelock. Lovelock and Aki Aalto spun on the grass, but he's got it going again. They're going to have to rejoin further down the order. There's action here. Aki Aalto from Finland, the passenger, is a man who lives this sport. He gets more frustrated than the driver when it goes wrong. Tell us what happens.
I think Roger just got a little bit giddy there, got on the power a little bit too soon, and the back end lit up and it just came round on him a bit too quick. Lucky
not to collect anything, kept it all running. That's the important thing. Look at Andy Peach though. Andy Peach 48.773, 48.492. Ricky Stevens has done the fastest lap. That is marginally. Oh no, it's not. We've got to get into the 48s to get near that record pace. Gary Horsepole, number 32, with Jimmy Connell ahead of Ian Drown and Jed Pillmore Brady. That's a new pairing as well for this year, growing in confidence together. Well, Paul, you know, we've got guys there from the Bemsey Championship. We're looking at a couple there, Matt McLaurin and A.D. Hope. They are chasing hard to no avail. Horsepole, Jimmy Connell then, leading Ian Drown and Jed Pillmore Brady, but Matt McLaurin, A.D. Hope, number 25, putting up a good account of them. How difficult is it for somebody to come from the Bemsey Championship to this level?
It is difficult, and it's just trying to tell themselves that they've come from the Bemsey Championship having winning it, but they're going to be running, you know, maybe in the, just outside the top 10.
Race goes on. Peach, Stevens, Kershaw, Hegarty. Hegarty, I haven't mentioned Hegarty. Sean Hegarty and James Neve were almost off my radar, but they have come from a pretty lowly start, right down on row 9 to challenge. They are now in 4th place. There they are. Sean Hegarty and James Neve seem to have done something to get that bike going now. 2013 Suzuki was not going strongly. It is now new leader Ricky Stevens, Ryan Charwood through on Andy Peach. They're on a mission, these boys, no doubt about it. Took victory in the World Championship at Donington Park just a week ago.
Yeah, they're showing great maturity, these boys. You know, they're both young lads, new to the sport really, but they're showing great maturity and pushing really hard here.
Well, Andy Peach is not a veteran, but he's been at it a while. These are the young guns, the faces of the future. The outfit immaculately turned out. The BY's Kawasaki team run by Tommy Hill, 2 riders in Superbikes, Chris Walker and Danny Buchan. The livery on this is sensational. The BY's people are thrilled to bits, I know. And what an investment. What a fantastic choice of team to put on it.
Yeah, they're both Ricky and Ryan are showing that the faith that Tommy Hill and the BYD team have shown, having getting involved with the sidecar team, they're repaying them, you know, tenfold, and they're doing really well.
Well, Andy Peach and Charlie Richardson have got their Kawasaki working well now. Charlie Richardson is another one of those passengers who gets very, very frustrated indeed if things don't work their way. A quick update on Roger Lovelock. He is now up to 5th again, having been grass tracking at Druids. He's back on the track behind Sean Hegarty and James Neve. Roger Lovelock and Aki Aalto in 5th place. They need points. There is Lovelock just going out ahead of Simon Gilbert and Ian Guy, and then Ben Holland and Lee Watson. It's a real chase behind these guys. Simon Gilbert, Carl Morgan, and there Ben Holland, Lee Watson on the finning cat Kawasaki. They've not had the best of luck this weekend, but they've got the potential.
Yeah, they have, yeah. They're pushing really hard here. They started from the back of the grid, Barry, and well, they're up to now, they're up to 7th place, pushing really hard. But they also have had a bit of a hard time with getting used to the new Kawasaki, but they're certainly running well here.
Ben Bygrave, Justin Sharp on the blue machinery Suzuki number 74 at the back of this. He's right on the tail end now of Ian Guy and Ken Edwards, who wrote, oh, look at these 4 abreast going through the inside. Ben Bygrave having a good look through the inside. Oh, put his cycle wheel over the grass. 4 abreast. How close do you want it, Paul?
That was fantastic. I wanted about, you know, how many bites can you fit into that little space there? But showing great driving there, and it's great to watch.
Skill and respect as well. We're on the penultimate lap. It's absolutely flying by this race. But Holland has got himself up to 6th. Hegarty is still in 4th. Kershaw is heading for a podium here. A brilliant, brilliant ride by Steve Kershaw and Rob Wilson. We are on the penultimate lap. The leader's about to come round to start their last lap. Here we have it. Ricky Stevens, Ryan Charlwood, round clearways this time. Here they come. And everything looking very composed with the Be Wiser team. Before we wrap this up, we've got a lap to do, Paul. Your impressions of this race, a cracker or what?
I think it's been well worth, you know, all the people that have stayed to watch this race have not been disappointed. It's been a great race. There's been battles all the way down the field.
Such a shame we had the problem with lubricant and track contamination yesterday, but the organisers had to reschedule it. It's fully understandable. And here we go. Stevens and Charlwood then. The best lap, 48.329, and that is marginally outside Birchall's lap record, just 1/10 of a second outside the lap record. Andy Peach and Charlie Richardson looked to be slowing there for a second. Maybe that was an optical illusion. Look at Stevens go, throwing it round. You wouldn't think he's on the last lap of the sprint down to the flag, would you? But Ryan Charlwood's leg waving in the air. They're heading for the line. A terrific, terrific victory here for these boys. Are they in form or what? Andy Peach, Charlie Richardson, sensational podium for Kershaw and Rob Wilson, chased all the way by Hegarty and Neve. And now the battle for 5th place. Where is Roger Lovelock? He's gone over in 5th. 6th place goes to Ben Holland. 7th to Ian Guy, Ken Edwards. 8th, Ian Gilbert, Carl Morgan. 9th, Bygrave and Sharp. They had a terrific lunge, but those are your victors. 2nd place, Andy Peach. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Brilliant. Andy Peach, 2nd place, could do nothing about this young talent. Ricky Stevens, absolutely thrilled with victory here at Brands Hatch.
Sometimes we don't get the service we deserve. Well, PlusNet say it's time to make a stand. Come on! You're the customer, and if I'm not mistaken, the customer should come first. You're with me! So join PlusNet Broadband. Their customers are more satisfied than Sky, Virgin and TalkTalk. PlusNet will do you proud.
At the first stop for fuel, I'll get you an ice cream.
Yes!
With active cylinder technology available for greater fuel efficiency, everyone can enjoy the Seat Leon. Well, almost everyone. The award-winning Seat Leon, available with 0% finance.
Seat, technology to enjoy.
Making your way to Breathtaking race that was. Victory for Stevens and Charwood. They're unbeatable at the moment. Good to see the youngsters coming through. Andy Peach, Charlie Richardson, they've got their act together. A Kawasaki 1, 2, 3, and a first podium for Steve Kershaw and Rob Wilson, shall I say. Hegarty, Neve, Lovelock, Alto. They salvaged points. It was touch and go. Holland, Guy, Gilbert, Bygrave, and Ian Drown, Jed Pillmore Brady, 10th place and 6 points. Matt McLaurin, Eddie Hope, best of the BEMC promotees. Martin Kirk and Ben Hughes just outside of the points in 16th place. Kees Kentrop, Eric Verhagen, Jeffrey Verhagen, the Dutchman, 14th. They love it here. We'll have some half points in here, I'm sure. Yeah, we have. Kershaw and Wilson 45.5, but Stevens now ahead of the championship. Birchall's now relegated to 3rd. They're not here, of course. Kershaw in 4th, ahead of Andy Peach, Ian Guy and Brown. Don't know what happened to him, but it was a bad day at the office for Tony Brown and Sam Christie. Look at that. Ian Drown, ever the stalwart there. Simon Gilbert and Tim Reeves, Greg Clues. He's away on world duty. Ben Holland and Lee Watson on the Finning Cat Kawasaki really need to get their act together. It hasn't worked for them. They're riding hard, but not fast enough.
Thanks, Barry. Got the winners here now. Ricky, Ryan, you look like you enjoyed that.
Oh, brilliant. Absolutely fantastic race. And to keep it at the end and keep leading is amazing. Over the moon.
There's some lovely slides there as well out of the last couple of corners. Is that a bit of showboating, or are you still just pinning it?
We're pinning it all the way around, you know, along with a bit of showboating. We actually had a misfire the whole race, and we didn't even think we would start it, really. Didn't think it was going to finish, no. And yeah, so we're just over the moon to come away with the win, and with that sort of misfire. Amazing. Just want to say a massive thank you to Assured Offer Solutions and Bewiser, because, you know, without everybody, you know, we just wouldn't be here. And I'd like to thank just Pete Ralston from Somro, mate. You're a legend. Thank you very much.
Thanks to you, boys. Well done.
Cheers. Thank you.
Well, Andy Peach made the best of his pole position, but Roger Lovelock, once he gets that BMW wound up, is nothing if not determined. Tony Brown and Sam Christie had a lunge, moving 3rd ahead of the Bewiser Kawasaki of Ricky Stevens, but they fought back, and it was nip and tuck all the way. Lovelock assumed control. There was a bit of a coming together between Lovelock and Andy Peach, but Andy Peach, not to be outdone, came up the inside in his favourite overtaking place. Andy Peach should be known as Paddock Hill Peach, that's for sure. That's the way he does it. But from then on, Peach led the race, but always threatening, up to 3rd by this time, with a Stevens-Charwood Bewiser pairing. Similarly, Kershaw and Rob Wilson moving through ahead of Tony Brown, just getting stronger and stronger, the Scottish pairing. Stevens slotted into 2nd, ahead of Roger Lovelock, and Roger Lovelock overcooked it, lost the back, fortunately didn't collect anybody, had to take to the grass, but recovered to salvage 5th place at the flag. Stevens, though, not to be outdone, got the better of Andy Peach, and once ahead, he was never challenged. They just stretched the gap. The flawless and immaculate Kawasaki was charging away, but a terrific four-way scrap further down the field saw Ben Bygrave and Justin Sharp come out of it worse off. They ended up in 9th place, Peach 2nd, Kershaw 3rd, Hegarty 4th, but a win, and a terrific win, for Ricky Stevens, Ryan Charwood. On the podium in the sunshine here at Brands Hatch, Ricky Stevens, the winning just goes on and on. Tommy Hill and the Bewiser team have got to be pleased with that. And the boys on the right-hand side, just out of shot there. Rob Wilson, when did he last stand? Or indeed, when did he first stand on a F1 British Championship podium? It's been coming for a long time from Stephen Kershaw, and he will be absolutely thrilled. So this Hyundai Heavy Industries British F1 Sidecar Championship, in association with the Molson Group, sees a great podium here. New names on the top, new names in 3rd place. The champagne, nothing new about that, and wonderful smiles all round.
Great way to finish the day's action here at Brands Hatch. Wonderful sidecar race to cap things off. A day that's been delayed by a lengthy red flag in the National Superstock 600 race. We've got Race director Stuart Higgs now with us. Stuart, what's the news on the two boys who got hurt in the 600 race?
Thanks, Matt. Yeah, there was a serious accident, as viewers may have seen, on the first lap of the first part of the Superstock 600 race. Tom Oliver and Ross Twyman crashed, and immediately following them was James Puttrell and Geordie de Jong. The immediate red flag, as you would have seen, we deployed our medical response. Both Geordie and James have been taken by helicopter to two different hospitals. In the case of Geordie, it's an isolated head injury. In the case of James, it's a combination of head, chest and limb injuries. So we're in touch with obviously the hospitals, and the update from the chief medical officer is we both certainly classify these as both in a serious condition, which is obviously deeply concerning, but rapid medical treatment and evacuation is hopefully going to give a positive outcome. But very early days, and my thoughts with the two guys and obviously their families, and my thanks to our marshals and our medical team for getting us to a stage where we've it's fingers crossed.
Yeah, once again, they did a great job, as they always do. Stuart, thanks ever so much for joining us and for clearing that up. Thank you very much. Tough day, I'm sure, up in race direction. They had a lot of decisions to make throughout the day, also in the Superbike races as well, in which we saw a double victory for James Ellison on the JG Speedfit Kawasaki. He was so close to a double, or could have been close to a double at Donington Park 2 weeks ago, but there was a battery problem with his bike, and he had to start the second race from pit lane, and fought through the pack to pick some points up there, but he more than made up for it today. We've got his team boss here now with us, Mark Smith-Alverson. Mark, you must be absolutely delighted. You were happy enough at Donington Park with a win there and then some points in race 2 despite the problems with the bike, and your team have worked so hard this weekend and they've been recompensed in both races.
Yeah, it's James has been strong all weekend, and you get to race day and it's about converting that performance into race. I'm really chuffed. I think a double's no mean feat. We're racing against the best teams with the best riders, guys that have been competing in this championship for a long time. So to get a double is really special for us.
Yeah. All's well that ends well, Mark. But I think you were a little bit frustrated at the end of race 1 when the safety car did come out, and it looked as though it could give the other guys a sniff, because otherwise James had been really dominant.
Look, the race direction make good decisions. I make decisions based on safety grounds, and it's been a bit of a day for that. I think there were 3 decisions in the circumstances that could have been made. The one that was made, bearing in mind the incident with Peter, unfortunately, happened about lap 26, a red flag. Or they could have finished the race with 1 normal lap to go under the safety car. I would have preferred, I think a preferable outcome would have been either of the ones I've mentioned. I think that superbikes around the Indy circuit with 3 laps to go and nobody's really clear, despite the fact that there has been some guidelines on it, is maybe not what I choose, but I don't make the rules, and the series is run really well, and as I said before, it's run on the grounds of best safety. So James did a good job. If I was being a little bit biased, I'd say he won about 5 races today. But great job.
Yeah, certainly did. And I mean, now he's looking, you might want to say this quietly, like a serious contender for this championship, the way that he started out. I know it's a long year ahead, but he's looking so strong.
I think I spoke to you guys at Donington and said that our job this year is to challenge seriously for the title, and that means winning races. Everybody that's won this title in the last 10 years has won a lot of races doing it. So it's important that we start doing that. And I mean, 3 out of 4 is a bit of a dream come true, but we're all off to Alton Park, or most of the team's off to Alton Park on Friday, which is our next round, hoping for good weather there for a day's testing. We've got a bit of work to do on Westy side, which we're still really committed to. Found a really good feeling with the bike actually, but a bit too late in the weekend, so still work for us to do.
Yeah, well, you go there on a high, certainly, don't you? Yeah. I can guarantee the weather will be much warmer up north than it is down here, Mark. So I wish you a safe trip until, and we'll see you there. Well done today. Congratulations once again. OK, we'll let Mark go then, and this is how it looks for him and his team in the championship. James Ellison, now after that double win here today, closes the gap down to Shaky Byrne to 6 points at the top. Josh Brooks also a couple of podiums for him today in 3rd place. He's in 3rd in the championship. It's all really about podium points and the top 6. Dan Linfoot, of course, missed out today after breaking his wrist on Friday afternoon, but he's hoping to be back, not for Alton Park, in a couple of weeks' time. But hopefully at Snetterton after that we'll see Dan Linfoot back in action. Richie Chianari managing to come back and pick up some solid points and get himself into that top 6 after another mixed weekend, really, I think, for Keogh here, James.
Yeah, it was. He was very unlucky in the first bit, you've got to say. The safety car went out. He had a very safe second spot. That came out, and then he had a little bit of a moment at Graham Hill. Shaky got past him, and then a bit of a slide, and Brooks got past him on the line. So that was unlucky. Should have been a podium. And then the second one didn't quite have the speed, and you're right. So actually, the first 4 races, he's been one of the quickest guys in practice, in qualifying and everything, and he's not even had a single podium. So bit of work to do, but he's,
there's work to do, but it's definitely positive when you look at what happened to him at Donington, where he completely fell apart. To be honest, there's no other way of saying what happened. That is what happened to Donington. So positive, ran with the rest of the front men. So, but it could have been better, and a little bit unlucky not to get second in that. And the one that the pace car went out in.
Yeah, that was a little bit out of his hands, really, and then, wasn't it? No doubt who the man of the day was then with the double win here. James Ellison on the Kawasaki. There was a double on a Kawasaki as well over at Assen in our World Superbike coverage earlier on today with Jonathan Ray. And a bit like James, already at this stage this season, looking like perhaps more than a strong contender for this title.
Absolutely. It's difficult to see at this point who's going to go and take the championship fight to Jonathan Ray. He just looks so settled. When he has to push, he can do. Even when the bike looks out of shape, he's still consistent with the lap times and just looks like he's just got the drop on everybody at the minute.
Yeah, and when you think, he was in the middle of that big dice and you thought there's 5 or 6 guys here that really could do something, but it was masterful. He just waited till the end, and he could keep his lap times as well. So consistent compared to some of the other guys who were dropping off and struggling with grip, whereas he just has his groove, and away he went. So he's going to take a lot of beating.
Yeah, he certainly is. He's racking up the wins already this season, Jonathan Ray, and there's no showdown, of course, in World Superbike, so these points really, really important at the moment, and it's a clear advantage now that he's got at the top of the championship. It's a 50-point lead over Leon Haslam. Chaz Davis a further 17 points back, and then the 2013 champion, Jonathan Ray's teammate, Tom Sykes, is 102 points down, so he's quite a long way back at this stage, but a 50-point lead, it's a two victories points margin now that he's got at the top, which is remarkable after just 6 races.
It is at this stage in the championship, and he has dominated every single round, even though he's not won. He's won all but 2.
8 races even, sorry. Yeah,
but he's finished strong when he hasn't won, and that's what wins championships. And like I say, it's difficult to see how the others are going to get on terms with him.
Yeah, Imola next. Who's that going to suit, James? Anybody able to get on par with him there?
Well, I mean, we've seen a lot of riders ride at the top. I mean, Tom Sykes has been great around there in the past. But at the moment, can anyone go with Johnny? That's the question, because no one's really been able to so far. Although one thing I would say is I reckon the Ducati, somewhere like that, and the way Chaz has got it now, it might just be a bike that might just work well around there, the way it hooks in and snuggles the grip. So, he might be a little dark horse.
Yeah, it's a brilliant circuit. It's an up-and-down circuit, real rider circuit, and with a bit of luck, it might just suit it. And maybe Leon Haslam as well.
Yeah, that'd be a great
of course.
Yeah,
we can't, Leon's just in there, never count him out, because he's always going to be in the hunt and looks so good on that bike.
Yeah, we'll find out in 3 weeks' time, gentlemen. Thanks very much for your efforts, as always, today. Stay with us here, though, now on British Eurosport 2 HD. We've got World Endurance Action, the 24 Hours of Le Mans. That's next up here. If you did miss anything from today, or you just want to enjoy it all over again, we've got British Superbike highlights tonight from midnight. That is followed by World Superbike highlights from Assen, of course, at 1 a.m. The next live action for you comes from Alton Park. It's round 3 of the British Superbike Championship. We'll be on air for qualifying of the Supersport Sprint Race on Sunday, 3rd of May, from 2:30, with all the races live on Bank Holiday Monday from 12:30. And as I said before, the next round of the World Superbikes is in 3 weeks. It's the following weekend to Alton. Imola is the venue for round 5. Superpole is live on Saturday, the 9th of May, from 2:45 in the afternoon. The races are on Sunday morning from 8:45. And after a long day here, the sun is finally setting at Brands Hatch. It's time for us to go recharge our batteries, ready for Alton Park in a couple of weeks' time. From all of us here, we'll see you then. Goodbye.